and welcome back to my channel. My name is Julia and I am very blessed to be here with you again today. And today's class was actually highly requested by a lot of you on my Instagram, which is a deep stretch yoga video. Now we're going to be doing this within 15 minutes, so we're not going to be going crazy here, but let's play around a little bit. I really love the idea of testing the boundaries of where your body can go, and with the help of deep breathing as well, we're going to be able to get a little bit deeper into some poses that are quite regular for us. So with that being said, I would love to actually start into a tabletop position here, and we're just going to warm up a little bit here. So instead of our usual cat and cow, I would like to do body circles, so you really start feeling into your body. So you can start inhaling, dropping the belly, and then rolling around to one side, curling over into a cat, and then over to the other side. Or you can really move however you want to move today. I'm feeling like a little body circle is going to really stretch out my lower back and get into the shoulders and warm up the body. Switching directions as well, getting into both sides. Maybe you want to already start moving forward and back a little bit here and just start playing around. I think you'll probably be doing this class at home. This is why you don't have to be embarrassed if you just want to go wild here and let go of whatever you need to let go of right now. Maybe it's shaking the head or coming all the way back and rolling forward. Just doing whatever feels good for you for one more deep breath here. And exhale, beautiful. Now coming back into our tabletop position, we're going to lengthen that right leg out behind us and just bringing it over to the left. So it's outside the left side of the mat. And then you're just going to walk your hands maybe a little bit over to the left. And this might feel weird, but we're going to start pushing into that right hip here. So we're getting a nice stretch into the outside here of the right hip, dropping your chin towards your chest and allowing yourself to just push really gently. Breathing deeply here. Exhale. Inhale. And then slowly walking the hands back underneath the shoulders and bringing your leg back out behind you and just slowly kicking back. So we're now stretching out the calf muscle here. Also getting a nice stretch into the back of the foot, which is lovely. And then slowly, let's come back to stillness. And then bend the leg, the knee, and then start making some nice hip circles here. Opening out in one direction. So really warming up now and mobilizing the hip joint. And then switching the direction. Opening out as big or as small as you feel comfortable. And then slowly, let's come back to center again. Now we're going to bring the right foot in between the hands at the top of the mat and stay in a low lunge. You can keep the back toes under or flatten out the foot, whatever feels good for you. And always feel free to double up your mat as well so that you take a nice cushion onto that knee. Inhale here. We're just going to start by pressing the hips down here and opening the chest. Feeling the spine nice and long and feeling that beautiful stretch along the left hip flexor. Sometimes I like to come up onto my fists as well, so I'm taking less pressure off of the hands. Inhale here. And exhale. Beautiful. Then coming back onto the fingertips if you were on the fips. And then we're going to bring the hips towards the heels and take a nice little half split. If this is too much for you, you can also bend the knee. And all we're going to do is just slowly walk the hands forward wherever feels good for you today. Don't push yourself already. We're really warming up too. Breathing deeply. And if this is already enough for you, or if this isn't enough for you, you can bring the seat towards the heels and then folding over that right leg. Breathing deeply here this time. Feeling that stretch all the way along the back of the right leg, and try and keep that right foot flexed. You'll find the more you flex that foot, the deeper the stretch will get. So it's also a really good tool. It might not feel as glamorous as folding over a lovely straight leg, but it really works and it'll get you there. So that's all that matters. Wherever you are, take one more deep inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Now let's pull ourselves forward, back into our low lunge. And this time we're going to plant the left hand down onto the mat and open out into an easy twist. The right arm comes up towards the ceiling. And again, you can stay here or bend that back leg and grab the outside or the inside of the foot, whatever is feeling comfortable for you. And you can either take the choice of staying here, pushing the hips down and opening and getting a nice spinal mobility, spinal twist here. Or if you really want to stretch out the quads, start gently being careful, stretch out the quads by bringing the foot towards your seat. And especially if this is in the morning that you're doing this, be nice and gentle with yourself. Don't yank anything, because the worst thing you can do is pull yourself into something too early and then you're injured and then you can't do anything. So let's be nice and gentle here. Maybe you can get the heel close towards the seat. And just take one more breath here, just playing around. This is a very playful class. And then slowly dropping that back foot down. Bringing both hands on the inside of the right foot this time and walking the right foot closer towards the outside of the mat. We're coming into lizard pose. So you can bring the toes a little bit further out and the heel further in as we inhale, opening the chest. And then exhale, if you'd like to, you can come down onto your forearms here, or you can stay up onto the hands, and we'll take 3 deep breaths here. Now either staying nice and still, or maybe you want to rock from side to side and play around here. See how it feels as you lean over towards the right, opening that right hip, or lean over to the left, getting a deep stretch in the hip flexor. 2 more deep breaths, however you're enjoying your lizard pose on this side. Exhale. And if you'd like to, you can also play around with bending that back knee and grabbing the foot again while you're in lizard pose. But whatever you feel like today, take your stretch in this position for 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Bringing the hands down onto the mat here and tucking the back toes under. And we're just going to lift the back knee up off the mat and step forward. So we're going to step into Malasana. So bringing the left foot to the outside of the left hand. So inhale here and exhale, stepping forward and sitting the hips down, opening the hips by bringing the elbows in the inside of the legs. The hands and palms together are touching and the hands come towards heart center. And make sure that you're growing nice and tall in the spine. If you're not already able to get your heels down on the mat, do not worry. You can also be on your toes. You can also maybe put a block under your hips. But we're going to stay here for 2 more breaths. Inhale deeply. Exhale, sinking those hips down nice and low. Inhale. And exhale, beautiful. Now bring the left hand outside of the left side of the mat and lift that right arm up overhead. We're coming into a nice little Malasana twist. And if you're feeling nice and flexible in the shoulders, you can go for a bind. So wrapping that left arm around the legs, bring the right arm behind the back and see if you can clasp the hands here. If you can, inhale and open the chest towards the ceiling and take 1 deep breath. Inhale here. And exhale. And then slowly releasing the bind if you were in it and coming back to center. Let's take it to the other side. So the right hand goes to the outside of the mat, left arm lifts up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. And taking that bind if you'd like to on the other side, clasping the hands behind the back and opening the chest towards the ceiling. Inhale here. And exhale, beautiful. Inhale. And exhale, release, bringing the arms open again, and then hands coming to heart center. Now we're going to bring the hands down onto the mat and just take it straight away to the other side. So stepping that right leg back this time, we're going to come straight into the lizard. So we're starting with the lizard on this side. Again, you can choose to stay up on the palms, or you can come down onto the forearms as we stay here for 3 deep breaths. Inhale here deeply. And exhale, sinking the hips nice and low. And just like last time, maybe you want to sway from side to side, or you can stay nice and low. And just breathe. You can even close off the eyes. Exhale. Inhale here. And exhale, beautiful. And if you'd like to, and you did on the other side, you can bend that back leg for 1 breath as we bring the seat and the heels towards each other. Inhale. Exhale, beautiful. Releasing that foot if you were holding it, and then everyone coming up onto the hands. And we're going to slowly toe heel that foot to the middle of the mat here, and we'll do our little low lunge series. So again, make sure you've doubled up that mat if you need to under the right knee. And on an inhale, we'll lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, bringing the hands down onto the mat and staying here. So we're going to drop the hips down, open the chest and keep the spine nice and long. Breathing deeply and feeling that beautiful stretch along the right hip flexor. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale. And exhale, bringing the hips back here. We're coming into that half split. And again, you can keep the knee bent if you need to. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, walk those hands out in front of you. Breathing deeply, flexing that left foot as you really stretch out the back of the left leg. And again, if you'd like to, you can also sit onto the heel and do the stretch from here if that was not enough for you. Flexing that front foot. Inhale here. And exhale. We're going to take one nice deep inhale together again. And exhale. And then slowly let's lift back up into our low lunge and coming into our twist. So the right hand presses into the mat and opening the left arm up towards the ceiling. And again, you can choose to stay here or you can play around with bending that back leg and grabbing the back foot here and bringing this heel towards the seat or really moving into the spinal twist. Taking your time on the mat for yourself and seeing what feels good in your body today. And again, trying not to be so forceful with the legs, just giving yourself time to open up and still connecting with that breath. So inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Inhale here. And exhale, releasing the back foot if you had it. And planting both hands onto the mat. So both hands are framing that front foot. Let's tuck the back toes under and step back into a downward facing dog. Now let's take 2 deep breaths here as you pedal out the feet. Maybe shake the head. Breathing nice and deeply. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale here. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale, slowly releasing the knees down onto the mat. Let's cross over to the ankles and bringing the legs out in front of you. Now I like to take the fleshy bits of my butt out from the side so I can sit up nice and tall, lengthening the spine here. We're just going to do a simple forward fold. So on an inhale, lifting the arms up overhead and keeping the knees bent if you need, and exhale, folding over the legs. Now flexing those front feet, so we're keeping nice and flexed there. And on each inhale, we try and lengthen the crown of the head towards the toes rather than folding over. That's going to really help you get a proper deep stretch. Sometimes I like to also use my hands as a way of energetically pulling myself really gently forward if I'm really trying to get deep stretch. Otherwise, just allow yourself to hold here and breathe deeply. Your lower back should be feeling really nice, and make sure your chin is tucked in towards your chest so the back of the neck is lengthened. And breathe deeply here. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more deep breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. And slowly chin in towards the chest, roll your way all the way up to seated. And we'll take one last deep stretch here, and this is a wide-legged forward fold. So bring your legs as wide as feels comfortable for you, making sure the feet are nice and flexed again, and making sure your pelvis is tucked in and under so you can be nice and tall in the spine. And again, you can have your knees as bent as you need to, and also if this is too hard, you can bring the legs closer together. And then just gently as an inhale, we lift the arms up overhead, and exhale, slowly walk ourselves forward until we feel comfortable. So generally I like to either stay up on the hands and you try and move yourself forward like this. You can even play around with this, moving like a wave. Or you can walk the hands further out in front of you and just hold here, chin towards the chest, and generally walk yourself with each deep breath further forward. Breathing deeply wherever feels good for you today. Taking 3 deep breaths here, our last asana of the day. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more deep inhale here. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. Beautiful. Slowly lift your head up and walk your hands towards the body. Let's bring the soles of the feet onto the mat for a moment here and just knock your knees from side to side, just to release any tension maybe held in the hips. And then coming into a nice seated position. Hopefully you're feeling really nice and open in the body now. I know I definitely do, so let me know in the comments. Let's all finish class by inhaling the arms up overhead, growing nice and tall. Bring the palms together and exhaling, bring the hands down to heart center, chin towards chest, closing the eyes. As always, we like to take a moment of gratitude at the end of our classes here. And the gratitude is towards yourself. You've done an amazing thing by choosing to spend 15 minutes on the mat, stretching, breathing, trying something new. Congratulations. Take another inhale. And on the exhale, releasing the hands onto the thighs. Slowly flutter the eyes open and lift the head up. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've had a blast. I feel amazing and I hope you do too. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.